This is the location of my future walk-in shower. It's a blank slate. I'll show you the steps that I took to frame in new walls, including this little custom window to let in extra light. And it wasn't really hard to do. I just made the frame out of some PVC, and I bought the window from a local manufacturer for only $30. I'll expand more on that later, but first we got some walls to build. The first step, which is also the most critical, especially when you're dealing with tile, is to lay the walls out so that they're going to be perfectly straight. With my laser, I'm making sure that I had a perfectly plumb line from the floor all the way up to the ceiling, and then once I have a few marks, I snap a chalk line. Next, we're going to lay out the location of the studs, which also includes the location for the opening for the shower. Now, here's my shower at work. It's very functional. That opening's 28 inches wide. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller, 26 inches, and that should be good for me and my wife. Now, a lot of this is personal preference. My recommendation is to check out some tile stores. They have some models of some walk-in showers that you might like. And after a lot of head scratching, this is the layout that we kind of figured out ourselves. With the studs laid out for our bottom plate, we can just transfer the locations to the top plate, and I do that with a framing square. And in theory, if we install the plate in the same spot that we snapped that chalk line from earlier, our walls should be perfectly plumb and level. That top plate's attached to the ceiling joist with a couple of screws. And next, it's time to frame the little wall. I use a square so that it's perfect. Anyhow, even though we have a window in this wall, we're still going to lay them out 16 on center, and I'll talk more about how to frame it out in a minute. With the layout all done, it's time to install some studs. Now, I found out that my floor was out of level. Also, my ceiling was out of level. Now, this is really something you can't appreciate unless you have an old home yourself. You just kind of have to figure out ways to overcome things that are wonky. Each stud gets the same treatment. Cut it in place, make sure that the crown is on the outside so we have a nice flat spot for tile. We confirm that it's perfectly plumb with a level, then it's time to nail it off. The rough opening for our little window, it's critical that that bottom plate is perfectly level. If we install that window and it's off a little bit, then the tile might look off a little bit and it just ain't gonna look right. Finally, I was able to install the cement board. Now, I installed cement board, and to waterproof it, I installed a Curdy membrane. Now, there's really good videos out there about how to do this, and frankly, I was losing steam at this point. I was like, what is this all for? What am I doing? Installing the membrane's kind of a mess. Curdy board is a product that is a little bit more money, but I think it's worth it in the long run. Then once you install the membrane, you got to work the air bubbles out. I also had to extend my shower pan. You can see here I think there was ice and water shield. I just wanted to protect my subfloor. And they make it's a mix specifically for shower pans. But I keep saying I had material laying around. I had a bag of Quikrete in the garage, and this was like maybe half a bag I needed, and it worked fine. Okay, back to this window. At this point, everything's waterproofed and mostly tiled as well. I did put cement board around the opening, and I'm also going to put Curdy around it too. Curdy makes an inside corner. That's what I am installing here, just to make sure everything's waterproof. I don't want any problems in the future. All right, finally onto the window. So I made the frame out of PVC, and I'm using a router table to route out a groove, and that's where the window's going to sit, just like a cabinet panel you would make. Now, you could also make this groove with a table saw, but I had this router table. I wanted to use it, and it worked really, really great. I'm securing the frame together with PVC glue and also pocket screws, and you can see the window just slides into the groove. Then I put the other piece of the window on top and screw it all together. Now, this window is laminated, so if something does happen, like we won't get cut in the shower. And a local glass manufacturer, shout out to Milford Glass. Use them for all your glass needs if you're in the greater Milford, Commerce Township area. But it was $30. That's how cheap this was. I couldn't believe how inexpensive it is. Really, I think the price starts going up when you start doing like these big custom like glass walls. But to finish it off, I used some Schluter trim, some edging trim, and then I tiled around it. And honestly, it looks really nice. It does. This was my wife's idea. It lets in a lot of nice light, and it's going to be a spot, you know, she could put her shampoo bottles there, whatever, but I think it looks good. I still have to grout, but here's the finished product. I think it looks really nice. I was skeptical at first, but I think it looks good. I have other videos. My subfloor was off significantly. I'll show you how to fix it the right way. Also, my walls were off. From the ceiling to the floor, these walls were off over an inch. You can see by the string line, you can see where my new studs are. That's where the wall wants to be. And then you can see where the old studs are. Like, I don't know how this happens, but I'll show you how to fix it. I'll also show you how to do layout tile for herringbone. This came out really nice. I appreciate all the nice comments. If you got any questions, let me know. See you on the next one. See ya.